Hello, I'm Sophie from Bee Bag Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful sleeveless vest. And I love using a variegated yarn, so I have all those beautiful colours. I use a 6.5mm hook, whatever yarn I use, and this is a Lion Brand Mandala, which again has the lovely colours that I enjoy working with. I also use this thinner cotton acrylic yarn from Blooming Yarns, but I still use a 6.5mm hook, and there you can see the colours. Okay, let's begin. So you're going to start by chaining 23, and I'll let you finish that and I'll come back to you when you've completed your 23 chains. Okay, so you're going to count 4 chains from the hook and do a double crochet, and then continue along and do 19 double crochets altogether. So including that starting chain, you will have 20 double crochets. So just work your way along. And just straighten out your chain to make sure it's straight. Okay. Now you're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. Turn your work, and above that second stitch, do a double crochet. So including that first chain, you want to do 6 double crochets. Then do a single crochet, and then 3 more doubles. Then you go to chain 5, and do 3 double crochets, a single crochet, and then 6 double crochets. Don't forget that last double crochet is in the top of chain 3. So twist it and find the chain. Okay, chain 3 and turn your work. And double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then chain 5, and skip those 7 stitches and then chain 5, double crochet 5 times in the chain 5. So you skip the 7 stitches and do 5 double crochets in the chain 5. And then one more chain 5. Skip those 7 stitches, and then the last 2 stitches you do 2 double crochets, and then in that final chain 3 you do your 3rd double crochet. So that's 3 double crochets at the end. 3 double crochets, chain 5, 5 double crochets, chain 5, 3 double crochets. This time you're going to chain 4. Turn your work. So that chain 4 counts as a triple crochet. Wrap the yarn round twice and do your triple crochet. And then do a 3rd triple crochet. So that's your chain 4 and 2 triple crochets. Counts as 3 triple crochets. Now in that space, the chain, you're going to do 4 double crochets. And then you're going to chain 4. And 4 more double crochets in the same space. So that's 4 double crochets, chain 4, 4 double crochets. Now in those 5 double crochets, find the middle one, the 3rd one, and do a single crochet. And then in the next space, do 4 double crochets. Chain 4. And 4 double crochets. And now, just to finish off, you're going to do your 3 triple crochets in the last 3 stitches. So that's triple crochet, in the double crochet, triple crochet in the next double crochet, and a triple crochet in the chain 3. Okay, chain 4, turn your work and do 2 triple crochets in the next 2 stitches. Skip the next 4 stitches, and in that gap do your 3 double crochets, chain 5, and 3 more double crochets. Then you're going to skip the next 9 stitches and go straight to that next gap and do the same, 3 double crochets, chain 5, and 3 double crochets. And then you skip those stitches, find your last 3, do your triple crochet, second triple crochet, and in the last chain 3, do your 3rd triple crochet for the end of the row. And you'll see the pattern here. So the beginning and ends of rows are the same, and then you have a middle section. So chain 4, triple crochet in the next stitch, and triple crochet in the next stitch. So that start of the row is 3 triple crochets. Okay, you're going to chain 2, and then in the chain do 1 double crochet, chain 4, and 1 double crochet, and then chain 4, and in the next space 1 double crochet, chain 4, and 1 double crochet, and chain 2 for the end of the row, and then 3 triple crochets in those 3 stitches. So it's a triple crochet and a triple crochet and a triple crochet in the chain 3. Okay, so this is the end of the row 5. So you had the chain row, you had the foundation row of just the double crochets, and then it's the beginning of the pattern. So this is the final row 6. Chain 3, only 3, and do a double crochet in the next stitch, and a double crochet in the next stitch. And for the start you're going to do 2 double crochets in that chain 2. No, actually 3 double crochets. I'm sorry, 3 double crochets in that chain 2. Really important, you do 3 there. You then do 2 in that space, and in the big gap you're going to do 5 double crochets. So you've done 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, 2 double crochets, and now 5 double crochets. But in the last end of the row, so first of all you do 2 double crochets in this gap, that's 2 double crochets, but in the last chain 2 you only do 2 double crochets, so it's different from the start. There's 2 double crochets and then 3 double crochets in those last 3. Okay, so that's the end of the pattern. So you've got that foundation row, and then that's row 6 at the top. So what you've got to do is repeat from rows 1 to row 6. And I'll meet you, don't cut your yarn, I'll meet you at the end. So this row 1 is you chain 3, and it's where you do the 6 double crochets and a single crochet and the 3 double crochets and a chain 5. So if you go back, rewind the video, and then when you're done, you finish the rows with your 3 double crochets. So that's your row 6, 3 double crochets, and you're going to chain 12, this for the underarm gap. And just do a little slip knot. At the end. Keep those chains nice and loose. And there we go. That's the end of the first front panel. So what you can do is repeat that whole process. So you've got your foundation row at the top there, and then your rows 1 to 6 twice. And then there's your repeat. But this second one, you don't do your chain. So you've got your 2 front panels. And then you're ready. Okay, just to show you that if you had 2 balls of wool, you might want to use both green bits for the front panels, just so your panels match in case your colours changes quickly. Anyway, you can play around with the colours. What we're going to do for the top back panel is the same as the front panels, but just wider. So you repeat in a row, there's more repeats. So you're going to chain 58. And I'll meet you when you're done. Okay, so in the 4th chain from the hook, do a double crochet and carry along your chain doing double crochets. So including that starting chain, you will end up with 55 stitches. So that's chain 58, and you end up with 55 stitches starting in the 4th chain from the hook. Meet at the end. Okay, chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and do 5 more double crochets in the next 5 stitches. So that's 6 double crochets in all. 3, 4, 5, 6. The next stitch, do a single crochet, and next stitch, do a double crochet, 1 more double crochet, sorry, that's 1 more double crochet, and a 3rd double crochet in the next stitch. That's 6 double crochets, a single crochet, and 3 double crochets. Single, 3 double crochets, chain 5. Next 3 stitches, do 3 double crochets. So this is counting as your row 1, because you've got the foundation chain and a foundation double crochet row. So you've got your 3 double crochets there. And then you've got to repeat it from the single crochet. So you've got your 3 double crochets, do your single crochet again, 3 more double crochets, and then your chain 5. And then just keep repeating that. Single crochet, 3 double crochets, chain 5, 3 double crochets, single crochet, 3 double crochets, chain 5. That's your single crochet there. I'll meet you at the ends. I'll come back about 10 stitches from the end it is. And the beginning and the end of the rows are always different. Well, the same as each other, but different from the middle section. Okay. Chain 5. Your next stitch, you're going to do a double crochet. So that's first, then do a second double crochet, and then a 3rd double crochet in the next stitch, and do a single crochet, and then to finish the row, the end of the row is the same as the start. You're going to do your 6 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, it's a bit stuck. And don't forget the last double crochets in that chain 3, so top of the chain 3. So it's easy to miss. Pop your hook in there. Okay. Chain 3. And next 2 stitches, do 2 double crochets. And chain 5. That's the start of your repeat. And then 5 double crochets in the gap. and then carry on with your repeat, which is chain 5 and 5 double crochets in the space, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. So you'll finish on the chain 5, and then in those last 3 stitches do 3 double crochets, okay, so for row 3 you're going to chain 4, turn your work, do a triple crochet in the next stitch, and a triple crochet in the next stitch. And in that first space right next to you, you're going to do 4 double crochets. Chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and 4 more double crochets in the same stitch. Now you've got your 5 double crochets there, and you probably remember from the front panel you pick the middle one, third double crochet, and do a single crochet, and then you're back to your gap. So do your 4 double crochets, chain 4, and 4 double crochets in the same gap. And then just continue that along, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so don't forget it's a triple crochet in the last 3 stitches. Work your way into that chain 3 from the round below. And we're ready for round 4. Chain 4, triple crochet in the next 2 stitches, and this time you're just working the gap, so you're going to do a double crochet and 2 more double crochets, so it's 3 double crochets in the gap, do a chain 5, and then 3 more double crochets in the same gap. Okay, So skip the 9 stitches, go into that next gap, and double crochet 3 times, chain 5, and do 3 more double crochets in the same gap. And continue that all the way along. Okay, so you're at the end of the row, and finish off with 3 triple crochets. So you're going to chain 4, turn your work, and then do 2 triple crochets in the next 2 stitches. Okay, what we want to do is chain 2, don't forget this, chain 2, and then in the gap do 1 double crochet, chain, I've forgotten how many chains, chain 4 and 1 double crochet. And then between the gaps you do another chain 4, and in the gap continue with the double crochet, chain 4, double crochet. So chain 4, go into the next gap with your double crochet and continue that pattern, and I'll meet you after your last gap. Okay, so you've done your double crochet, chain 4, double crochet. So now you chain 2, again don't forget this, really important, and triple crochet in the last 3 stitches. Okay, this time you're going to chain 3 only. And do 2 double crochets in the next 2 stitches. And then in that little chain 2, you must do 3 double crochets. And in the small gap, you're going to do 2 double crochets. And in the big chain, you're going to do 5 double crochets. So you've got the big gap for 5 and the small gap for 2. So 5 double crochets and then 2 in a little gap, and then 5 in the big gap. So just continue that all the way along, and I'll meet you before you finish. Okay, so you've got that last chain 2. This time you do 2 double crochets in it. So at the beginning you did 3 double crochets in a chain 2. At the end you do only 2 double crochets in a chain 2, and then just 3 double crochets in those last 3 stitches. So I'm going to quickly show you what you've been doing. You've done your first 6 rows, so you've had your foundation chain, your foundation double crochet row, and you're going to repeat those 6 rows, and then I'll meet you at the end of the 6th row of that round. So you do your 2 double crochets in that chain 2, and then your 3 double crochets in the last 3 stitches. And this is the end of the top back panel. But rather than cut the yarn, you're going to chain 12, which is going to work for the underarm bit as we did before. So chain 12 and cut the yarn. Okay, now for joining the top sections. So get that top front panel that's got the chain on it, and join it to the middle back panel. You want to make sure you've got the chain on the right side, so the chain on the middle panel should be at the top as well, obviously. So just join that with a couple of slip knots. You want to make sure it's secure. It's got a habit of pulling loose when you're halfway through crocheting along, and it can be very annoying. This sometimes makes the chains go a bit tight, but we'll negotiate that when we come to it. Okay, so that's that one done. Slide it along, and like I say, you've got that chain at the top as well. Now get this other panel. Make sure this is the right way up. If you look down the bottom, do you remember we did the double crochet row? So it's slightly longer, sort of thicker that end than that top edge. So make sure you've got it the right way up. Find that top of that chain 3, and then attach that chain as well. Like I said, do it a couple of times. Make sure it's nice and secure. Perfect. Okay, so we're getting there. So that's how the work looks now. And you've got your front panels and your top back panel. That is now the top to your left, and the little chains are sticking out. You can see where they're going to be going under your arm. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to sew these top panels together. I just think it makes it easier, have it all sewn together before you start the bottom section. So I actually looked at my yarn, and the outside of that ball was actually matched those front panels, so I thought I'd use that. Obviously you can use whatever colour you want, or you might find a different bit of wool. It might be your back and front panel, different colours anyway, so you're not worried. So it's totally a matter of choice. And then I quite simply join in the top of the 2 chain 3s and then just do a quick slip stitch. I say quick, sometimes it's difficult to find. Just a quick slip stitch there, and then I single crochet all the way along, so just follow the stitches. So find your next second stitch in both sides, put your hook through both sides, pull the yarn through and do a single crochet. Keep it quite nice and loose, so it's room when you turn it round, it will make it lay flat. And you quite simply just do this all the way along, and then when you've reached the end, you stop and then just do the same on the other side. It actually looks really nice from the outside and it's nice and secure. Okay, so I'll leave you to do that and I'll meet you for the next stage. So here's your work nicely sewn together at the top, and you can see where your neck's going to be, and then you turn your work round and then you're going to join with a slip stitch in the top of that chain 3. Now, and chain 3 and do 2 more double crochets, and this time you do 3 more double crochets, so that's 6 double crochets all together. This is basically round 1, but we're just going to incorporate the chains and continue with the round 1, but I'm going to do the whole row with you. So you've got your 6 double crochets. How many have I got there? And then you do your single crochet, and then 3 more double crochets, and then you chain 5 and then double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then your single crochet and then double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And chain 5 and then double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and that is the end of the front panel. So you've got to think that we're going to do that 3rd double crochet in the 1st chain. Now, like I said, your chains might have pulled a bit tight, so all we need to check is that we do 12 stitches across. It doesn't matter quite where they are. So you've done your double crochet, you do your single crochet next, and then 3 more double crochets in a chain, moving along. It's quite fiddly, just take your time. And we'll just keep going back and checking how many stitches we've got in a minute. So you've done a double crochet in a chain, single crochet, 3 more double crochets. So you're going to chain 5, and in the next chain do a double crochet, and then a single crochet, and then double crochet, 1 more double crochet, you're going to count how many we've got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've got to do one more stitch in the chain. Squeeze it in somewhere. If your chain's gone a bit tight, just squeeze that stitch in. So make sure you've got 12 stitches in the chain. We're at the stage of the pattern where we're going to chain 5. And your next stitch, you're going to put in the top of the chain 3. 2 more double crochets along. And then a single crochet. 3 more double crochets. And chain 5. Double crochet in the next 3 stitches. One single crochet, 3 more double crochets. Chain 5, double crochet in the next 3 stitches, single crochet, double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Chain 5, double crochet in the next 3 stitches, single crochet in the next stitch, and 3 more double crochets. Chain 5, double crochet in the next 3 stitches, single crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Okay, chain 5, double crochet the next 3 stitches, single crochet in the next stitch, and double crochet in the next 3. Chain 5, next stitch do a double crochet and 2 more double crochets, single crochet 3 more double crochets. Chain 5, double crochet in the next 3 stitches, do a single crochet, double crochet in the next stitch, and then do another double crochet in the last top of the chain 3, and then your next double crochet is going to be in your chain, underarm chain. Chain 5, and do 3 double crochets along the chain, and then your single crochet in the chain, 3 more double crochets in a chain, and chain 5, and then double crochet in the next chain, double crochet in the next chain. I've got to check how many stitches I've got, so don't forget you need 12 stitches in total in your chain. Right, I need one more, so I'm going to squeeze one in. And actually I need, the single crochet needs to be in a chain 2 to make it 12. So I'm just going to squeeze a single crochet in there as well. And then do the double crochet in the top of the chain 3. And then just continue the same, that's the second, and then the third double crochet. Chain 5. So yeah, don't be too fussy. If you just need 12 stitches in a chain, and if you have to squeeze them in a bit, don't worry, it's because the chain does tighten up as you're working, I think. I can't think of a way through that, but it looks beautiful at the end, so it's not causing me any problems. So continue with that pattern. And then double crochet. So it's the 3 double crochets, chain 5, 3 double crochets, single crochet, 3 double crochets, chain 5, double crochet, time 3, and then a third double crochet there, and then it's a single crochet. And don't forget at the end we do the 6 double crochets to finish off, as we did at the start. Congratulations, that's the hardest bit of the whole pattern, but just take your time. And that's the last double crochet on the top of that chain 3. And there we go. So you're now going to just continue with those 2 to 6 and then 1 to 6. And I do it 5 times, So I'll show you here. So in the front panel, if you think we did the pattern twice, and the back panel we did the pattern twice, and then we did the underarm. We've done the first row of the block 1, and then you've got to do the blocks 5 times. So you look here, we've just done that first underarm bit there, and that's block 1, and then do it 2, do it 3, do it 4, and do it 5. So come back to me when you've finished your 5 rows, or shorter if you want a shorter one, and I'll show you how I do this final bit of edging. So I like a bit more sort of bit more material across the front. So what I've worked out is I do starting in the corner, I do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 all the way along, starting in the bottom corner. But I'm going to demonstrate how I do this, because there's no actual stitches, so you just sort of guess. And then you're going to go, you start off with a slip stitch, and then chain 3 for the double crochet, and then chain 1, which is a chain 1, and then roughly guess where a double crochet would go. Don't forget, it's not next, it's missing one, so it's a chain 1 and then double crochet. So you've got to leave a gap between your double crochets. Look at your other work, and then you'll be able to see, look at your work, your chain, your double crochet row, and see how far apart they are. So you just do that double crochet and chain 1, and roughly work out where it would be, put your hook in, so it's a bit fiddly, and double crochet, chain 1, and then you do that all the way from the bottom, chain 1, and then you do it up to the bottom of the first row 6, right up by the neckline, because I think it looks nicer when it gets a bit narrow at the top. So I'll carry on showing you what I mean. So you're going to go right from the bottom of your vest, double crochet, chain 1. I mean, I often use a different colour for this, I think it looks quite attractive, and then do the tassels in a different colour, the same colour as that bit. So, and so you double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet, chain 1, and then see, you've got to the bottom of your top group. So that's the first group you did, the first group was 6. So what I'm going to do is I start doing single crochet, chain 1 from there. So you've done your chain 1, go in with a single crochet, chain 1, and another single crochet. They seem to want to be slightly closer together. Do them quite loosely. You don't want to pull your work, so do them as close as you need to. So then you just do that single crochet, chain 1, and you're going to do that all the way around from that top, well, it's the bottom of the batch of 6, up round the neck and down the other side to the same level. So it's the very front panels. So you've just gone up, round, and then down to the same height. I mean, you obviously might change your mind and want to do a bit more single crochet, but for me that makes it hang nicely. And then all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to show you, so you're going to then come down the other side, and if you think you're then going to meet the bottom of your vest, so you're just going to carry on along the bottom of your vest with a double crochet, chain 1. Now at the bottom of the vest I only do that 1 row. Up the sides I then carry on, so you've gone along the bottom. So I'll show you, you'll be going along the bottom, so you've carried on, gone all the way along, and I'm just going to show you. So you've gone along the bottom, and then you carry on, and you go into that initial chain 3 that you did, and you go into the top of that chain 3, and if you look, that makes a nice square. So that's going along, and then you made a nice square, and then you're going to go up the side again. So you're going to chain 3 and then go into the first chain 1 there, and then double crochet, chain 1 all the way around, and just finish at the other end. Make sure it's nice. It's all a bit of guesswork, how many stitches. And then with that second row, I just go into the single crochets and do a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet when I get to the single crochets. And like I said, along the bottom, I don't go around the bottom, but you could if you wanted to. I just keep the 1 row at the bottom. And you can see here, this is a nice half cotton, half acrylic yarn. A very nice yarn from Blooming Yarns. Cotton and acrylic. So there you can see how nicely it looks. And then on the bottom, I've just got the 1 row of the double crochet chain 1. And I'm just going to show you how to do the tassels. I basically just wrap the yarn around at the short end of a book. So 8 times. You could choose again, 7, 8, 6. It needs a little bit of weight. It helps hold the vest down because it's quite light, particularly if you use like that yarn from Blooming Yarns. It's quite light, so it really benefits from having a bit of weight and tassels. And then if you think along the bottom, you've got the gap, you've got the chain 1 gap, so you put your tassels into that gap, which makes it very easy to do, and then just pull them through. And then I start in the corner and then miss a gap, to a tassel in the next gap, miss a gap, put a tassel in the next gap. There you can see tassel, miss a gap, tassel, miss a gap. And there's your final product. So I hope you're happy, and I look forward to seeing any pictures you send to me. Thank you for watching.